So Classic Contractors was started in 1995. I had the ambition to finish my trade, get a $3,000 credit card and have a crack. So Classic has three main areas. That's our construction area, our construction division, our painting division and our property services. So in our construction division it can be anything from a refurbishment through to a new building. In our painting it could be a new school that we're painting or the repaint of the Perth airport. And then in our property services area, we have a lot of buildings that we maintain, like we've got one building in Bunbury that we've been maintaining for 7 years. We've evolved by having a real focus on people and values. We really see the importance of developing people, but also being authentic and honest in that process. Our point of difference would be the ability to be honest in what we do. A lot of times in the building industry or the construction industry, people they want to hear what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. And we try and act with integrity, but at the same time, if we think something's not right, we will push back and we will ask the question. One of the sayings within Classic is we challenge established ways of thinking. But ultimately, at the heart of what we do is the importance of people, their family. So when we interview someone, we're constantly asking about the work balance, how we go about the role. Ultimately, we live on this earth for not a huge amount of time, but we work for a lot of the time, and that fit within our organisation of people and how we go about the task is so important. We always endeavour to have an honest relationship. We've got clients that, when we started in 1995, we're still doing work with them. Our aim is to always exceed the expectation. I think part of the challenge in the industry, there's a lot of people who promise the world but they deliver an atlas. For us, is how do we exceed that expectation? So one of the things is I would spend a lot of time just checking in with clients to see, have we exceeded the expectation? Is there an issue? One of the things I personally don't like is a lack of clarity. We've got to have clarity when we're dealing not only with staff, but we've also got to have clarity when we're dealing with our clients. So I think when you treat clients, it's that first impression. So for instance, when a client rings, we want them to say, "Good morning, Classic."
Good morning, Classic. This is Angie.
Classic Contractors is a long word, and usually if someone's ringing you, they want to get to the point, and we want to facilitate that. So when someone rings up, it's "Good morning, Classic. How can we help you?" We actually want to get to the point because it's important that we can actually get to the heart of the issue for the client or potential client in and around why they've rung or why they're speaking with us. Classic Contractors has a set of core values. So one of those is motivation and drive. We want our team to have a level of motivation and drive in their role in pursuing what they're doing, but we also see that's an innate attribute that we want our team, individuals to have. Our professionalism, we call it Classic professionalism. We want people to be wearing the uniform, our logos on our vehicles, on our sites. We want to actually set a real professional standard within the marketplace. Classic's proud to be a part of the Dulux accredited program, but we're also members of the Master Builders. And what we see as part of us being a better organisation and developing our people is a part of being with organisations like the Master Builders and the Dulux accredited program. Brutal honesty. We see that the industry lacks honesty in a number of areas, and it's also very brutal. So for us, brutal honesty is about actually pursuing a level of honesty that sets a benchmark within the industry. Empathy. We actually see that there's a need for us to be empathetic, not only to our colleagues, but it could be clients, it could be suppliers. Just have a walking in their shoes mentality when we're actually dealing with people. Privately owned. As a privately owned business, we can make quick decisions, and that's one of the things that we actually really drive. We don't want to hold people back. We want to make a quick decision so they can get on and do what they need to in their role. Flexibility. We want people to have a flexible approach. We do work hard and our expectations are set at a fairly high level, but at the same time, if someone's working for us and their kids are at a school sports carnival, we want them to be there. So if we can plan and organise for them to see their family and do that, that's really important to us. When we recruit someone, the 4 C's are very important to us. It's about how competent someone is in their role, so it's competency. The next one is chemistry. Where do we see the chemistry fit of them with their co-workers, with a client, with a supplier? So we really want to see a level of chemistry between a potential applicant and the team. The third 4C is that culture. We want people to be culturally aligned with our values. When we're interviewing someone, we're saying, hey, how would they fit within our culture? So that's a really important one. And then the last one is compass. Are we heading in the same direction? We all want to be heading north together. That's really important when people come into Classic, that we're all on the same page, heading in the same direction. So we would measure the 4Cs in a recruitment process to actually see how would they be aligned with Classic and within the team. Classic Contractors app, one of the key things again is the whole idea of clarity. How can the guys on site have clarity with the team in the office? And we've got our own app that we've been developing over 5 or 6 years, and whether that's the staff putting their timesheets in so that the finance team in the office can process the payroll quickly and efficiently, or whether we do a purchase at Dulux and that whole purchase is done paperless. So the guys on site can order a product, Dulux receive the order's delivered to site, and then the paperwork is sent to the office. So it's a complete paperless system, and that helps us to actually identify and measure our costs very closely. We have a fairly comprehensive induction process. I think safety is broadened into 2 areas. What is our responsibility as an employer, but then what is the responsibility of the employee? So PPE, personal protection equipment, is important, whether you've got a pair of gloves, a helmet, a pair of glasses, steel cap boots. Admin actually goes through that with you and actually makes sure that you've got the appropriate PPE, but in the induction pack it's quite clearly spelt out what PPE and our expectation is it's worn all the time.
Please take time to read and fill out the forms from our induction package, which include, but are not limited to, the Charter of Standards form, which provides some of our basic guidelines here at Classic Contractors, the Employee Registration form, the Safety Induction Checklist, the PPE form, which outlines the necessary PPE required for employees, the Tax File Number Declaration form, the Superannuation Standard Choice form, the Classic Contractors Collective Agreement, and any other forms in the induction package.
Our desire is that people exceed their expectation within their role, and that Classic is a safe place, but also an enjoyable place where they can exceed their role in their career, and we can help them have a great career.